Okay. Yoo-hoo. Okay. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me check. Yes. Everything is fine. Everything is working. Okay. 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 All right. So, okay. I wanted to cover this part. Okay. So this is probably gonna be the final part of the anatomy, muscular anatomy section or lesson. Okay. Section or lesson. All right. I think I did skeletal anatomy. I think I did the skull in my first video, how to draw god-tier faces. So do be sure to check that out if you really want to know about the skull and shit. All right. So okay. So for the Twitch gang, all right, for the Twitch gang, yesterday we did this. Where is it? Yes, I forgot. I literally forgot to click on my I don't know Twitch button in my OBS. Okay, or I clicked it, but it did not register the click, so so the stream did not start, and I forgot. Even when I checked the Twitch thing, okay, it's like it did not occur to me that the stream is not working. Okay, so that is why. So this is for you guys. Okay, so we did these beautiful hands and feet. Okay, how to make hands more sexy, more beautiful, more juicy, and feet also. Okay, so you gotta do everything in curves. All right. So yeah, so you can check the whole live stream out on my YouTube. All right. So yeah, and we also colored it. All right. I tried to blend the colors, which probably worked. Okay, but I do not like it. I really hate blending stuff. Okay, too much. I'm always like, I don't know, man. I'm always like this. Hold on, let me show you. I blend like this. All right. So this is more, I don't know, more better in my opinion, at least. Creates a more, I don't know, interesting, painterly dynamic, and I'm all for that painterly stuff, if you know me. That is. Alright, so this is how I blend this stuff. Anyways, so why I wanted to do this today, right now, this is a very odd timing for a stream, because I normally stream at like 12 p.m. and 7 p.m. or 7 p.m. all right. So this is a very odd timing for the stream. I don't know if anyone will even watch this, but okay, we're still gonna do it. All right. Okay, so I wanted to draw lesser known muscles, okay, the muscles which I haven't drawn in the previous anatomy streams, all right, and I did those in the morning today off stream. Okay, so these are some of the hand muscles. These are okay, so what I'm going to show you, these are absolutely not required, all right, like some of the muscles are required, okay, but other than that these are not required at all to learn, all right. These are just for educational purposes, all right, and I'm not gonna name any of them, literally like any of them, unless I know the names. I do not know most of the names of the muscles, all right, so I'm not gonna name any of them, all right. So, and these are not the only muscles, there are other muscles, all right. So look at this. So it's gonna be very quick. This is gonna be a very quick stream, so pay attention. And since it's not like I'm not gonna name them, so it's fine. Okay, now the important muscles to remember over here, which are required to learn. Okay, so this is the one. Hold on. This is the one. Okay, this one and this one, the muscles of the palm, they are very important to know. Otherwise you wouldn't know that there is a bulge over here if you do not know the muscles of the palm, all right. I do not know the names, so I'm not gonna name them. Okay, you can look for the names in the, and just google them, google the names. Okay, I'm not gonna complicate stuff, all right. Now this one, same as this one, okay, but there is also this muscle over here, okay, which is under the fingers right over here. So this one over here, all right, if you can see me, okay, this one over here, which is responsible for moving the thumb inwards, all right, and outwards as well, all right. So this muscle here is also very important, and these muscles are also important. These three muscles over here, one is like hidden under, okay, and this is like response. This pinky finger is like move with the help of the muscles of the muscles in the forearm, like this, all right. Okay, so these muscles are also important. They are these muscles right over here, right? You can see, all right. So yeah, that's it. This is it, okay. And these are the upper side of the arm, okay. None of them are like important. So this one is just, this muscle is like wrapping around, okay. So it just wraps around the arm like this, okay. So this is that muscle, okay. And everything else over here is like, I don't know, superficial, sorry, not superficial, it's like inside all of these ligaments, okay, these ligaments. So these white things are all ligaments, okay. These connect our indexes or fingers or digits to the muscles over here in the forearm, which move the digits like this. All right, now, okay, hold on. Hello, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome. ChatGPT made you found me. That's crazy. I've like literally like heard that for the very first time, you know, ChatGPT doing that shit. All right, let's move on ahead, okay. So these muscles are not important. This muscle is just this one which wraps around, okay, the hand, all right. Now this muscle over here, okay, this is very important, okay, because it moves your thumb upwards, okay, like this, all right. So it moves, okay, hold on, let me show you. So this is the hand, okay? It moves your thumb like this, okay? So look at this bulge over here, right? This bulge over here, okay? This is the muscle that I'm talking about. This is like very important muscle. So you gotta make sure. So whenever you're drawing a hand like this, you gotta make sure this bulge is apparent. Same goes for the palm, all right? So, well, naturally you just, I don't know, the palm is already shaped like this, and everyone knows how to draw a palm, so that is not so important to tell everyone. But this is like the most important part of the hand, okay? So normally like people ignore this, but this bulge is most important. If you move your thumb like this, okay, up at the upper side of the arm, okay? When your thumb is relaxed like this, there is no bulge, but when your thumb is, I don't know, moved like this, then there is this bulge over there. So remember that. All right, now same goes over here, okay? These are not important at all. These, you don't even see these muscles over on your leg, or when they are literally active, you know? You don't even see these muscles over there, but there is this muscle which is responsible for the leg to move like this upwards, and there is this muscle which is responsible for leg to move like this, and there is this muscle which is responsible for leg to move like this. That's it. That's it. Okay, and these muscles are just up until here, and over here there is this ligaments which attach to your bones and to your digits. All right, this is the bone structure that I've drawn. All right, same goes over here. So these muscles are also not that important. So this muscle is basically, I think, this muscle which wraps around. All right, so yeah, and this is, I think, this one, or at the side of the leg. Okay, I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, this is at the side of the leg at the bottom. So this is a different muscle. All right, and this is the most important muscle of all. Okay, goddamn, I should really name them now. Jesus Christ, whatever, man, I'm not gonna do that, because these muscles are literally not even necessary to study, except for maybe this one, okay, and these ones, okay, and this one, okay. So when you fold your leg like this inwards, okay, this muscle is gonna bulge out, okay. So when you're drawing like this, you gotta draw a little bulge over here. All right, the bulge, and there is these muscles are also causing the bulge, okay, and then you draw the fingers. Okay, that's it. But I have not colored, okay, so I have not colored these muscles, okay, because they are underneath all of these ligaments that you see, okay. But there are these muscles which is causing the bulge in your leg, okay. So this bulge over here, if you can see my leg, foot, I mean, okay. And this is the Achilles tendon, this white part over here, okay. This muscle ends over here, and this is the ligament and the tendon, okay. So yeah, it may end a bit on the upper side, something like this. Yes. All right, so that's about it. That's about it for the hands and the feet, okay. And next is this one, okay. So I know most of these muscles over here, okay, except for maybe these ones over here, okay. I do not know them, and these ones, except for those, and of course the neck muscles as well. Except for these, all of these, I do not know. I know the rest of the muscles. All right, all right. Let me drink some water, then we will begin. All right, now let's start with a simple one, simple and sober, okay. I'm gonna color this as I explained, okay. So this is the I think internal oblique, sorry, yes, internal oblique. Okay, this is the external oblique. Okay, this is the internal oblique. So the external oblique runs along the internal oblique. Okay, so the internal oblique is like under the external oblique. It is not normally, I don't know, visible to the eye, but it is, but this, so look at this bulge over here. This bulge is very important. Okay, this bulge is of the internal oblique, not the external oblique. The external oblique is like wrapping around like this to the, on the internal oblique, but this bulge is caused by the internal oblique. So whenever you are drawing, this bulge is very important. Okay, this is done, right? Now let's move on to the neck. Okay, so this is the sternocleidomastoid muscle of the neck, the most prominent muscle of the neck, which is responsible for rotating the neck. Okay, this is the trapezius muscle. This is the trapezius muscle, which wraps around from the back side. Okay, and inserts itself into the clavicle bone. Okay, so it is not intersect, it is insert. Okay, I have said intersect a lot of times in my previous streams. It can be said as intersect, but it is more insert is more I don't know, better. Okay, so this is the trapezius, which wraps around and inserts itself into the clavicle bone. Okay, or the collarbone. Alright, now this over here, I do not know the name of the muscle. Okay, so this is under the sternocleidomastoid. Okay, and just to the side, and inserts itself into the clavicle just to the side of the trapezius muscle. Okay, and then there are these muscles. Okay, under both of these main muscles, which is the sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius muscle. All right, so yeah, so you gotta remember that. So whenever you're drawing, okay, so whenever you're drawing, just if you want to draw the more, I don't know, some detail on the neck. Okay, so if the drawing demands some detail, then yes, you draw the sternocleidomastoid, then you make 1, 2. Okay, just 2 lines. All right, that's it. That is the detail, all the detail that you need. All right, so yeah, just under the sternocleidomastoid muscle, you make these 2 lines. Okay, third line would be like, I don't know, too much, kind of. Okay, and even this trapezius line would be too much, but no, you can make this V over here. Okay, this rift over here, just to show the separation of the trapezius and this muscle. Okay, so yeah, now over here, this is the front of the neck and this is the back side of the neck. Okay, this is the sternocleidomastoid. Okay, and this is a muscle underneath the sternocleidomastoid, which intersects under the sternocleidomastoid. Okay, I think this is called as the semispinalis. Okay, it just runs down like this. Okay, at the side of the spinal column over here. All right, so yeah, and this is, what is this? Trapezius muscle. All right, this is the trapezius muscle, which is very important. This wraps over the this is the upper back muscle. All right, this wraps over every other muscle underneath, and every other, I don't know, rib cage and all that kind of shit underneath. Okay, and this diamond shape over here is the trapezius ligament, or you can call that as a fossa. F-O-S-S-A. All right, this is the trapezius fossa, trapezium fossa, or trapezius fossa, whatever you want to call it. All right, so yeah, this also intersects in the skull, at the back of the skull. Okay, so yeah, so there are not too many muscles at the back, so if you really want to show the muscles, okay, you can just show this trapezius muscle and this sternocleidomastoid muscle over here. All right, sternocleidomastoid wraps over the trapezius like this. All right, so something like this. Yes, you can show that if you really want to show the details. Okay, that's about it. And that's about it for the neck, at the back side of the neck. Neck is very simple. Even this is very simple. Once you I don't know, once you understand all of this, once you get to know all of this, then it becomes like very easy for you. Okay, now moving on to this one. Okay, what is this? These are the rotator cuff muscles. All right, these are the rotator cuff muscles. These just lie under the trapezius muscles. Okay, so this one over here, hold on, this one over here, this muscle over here is the teres major muscle. Okay, and just above it, this little muscle is the teres minor muscle. So teres minor and teres major, they make one full muscle, and this one over here is the supraspinatus muscle. Okay, and it goes like this actually. So this is the actual shape of the collar, the shoulder bone. Okay, and these muscles, I don't know how to call it. These muscles cover the shoulder bone. Yes. Okay, and the trapezius muscle goes over the shoulder bone. Okay, the scapula, as it is scientifically known. Okay, and also these muscles. So these muscles are under the trapezius muscle over here. Right. So yeah. And there is also supraspinatus and infraspinatus. So this is the supraspinatus, and there is also infraspinatus. I think that is to the front side of the scapula, if I'm not wrong, to the inside of the scapula. Okay, so yeah, so it is not really visible to the outside when you're seeing the back side. All right, so yeah. Now moving on to the leg muscles. Okay, we are gonna get to this one. Okay, and also this one. This is the most complicated thing over here. Okay, so hold on. Okay, leg muscles, very simple. Okay, this is the gastrocnemius long head and the short head. Okay, so this is the long head, this is short head. Long head is always on the inside of the leg, short head is on the outside of the leg, so remember that. Okay, this is the tendon, the ligament that attaches itself to the Achilles tendon over here. Okay, and to the heel later on. And now this over here that you see, which is peeking out from under the tendon and the gastrocnemius muscle, that is the soleus muscle. Soleus muscle lies directly under the gastrocnemius muscle. All right, so yeah, remember that. It's not literally visible, but if you're drawing something like a doctor doing an operation or something, I don't know, or drawing a medical textbook, then you gotta show it. All right. Okay, same thing over here. This is the front of the leg. This is the gastrocnemius muscle. Okay, this is the tibia bone. You know that this is the fibula bone over here. Okay, tibia and fibula bone. Okay, and now this big thing over here is tibialis anterior. All right, and this is another muscle which I do not know the name of. Okay, I do not know every muscle's name. All right, and I'm not going to tell you either. You gotta research it on yourself, all on your own. Okay? Because this is like not a medical channel. We do fun stuff, we draw fun stuff over here. Okay, I do not want to create this into a freaking medical channel. All right, so this is the tibialis anterior muscle, and these are two other muscles which are just besides it. All right, so yeah, so remember that. And these are also not necessary in drawing, but I'm just pointing it out, except for the gastrocnemius muscle, which is very essential because that creates the shape of the leg essentially. So yeah, this one is necessary because when you're drawing the backside, and especially when you're drawing someone like very muscular. Okay, so yeah, so showing the definition over here is like very essential indeed. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, now this thing over here. Okay, this is probably the, I don't know, the coolest muscle that aesthetically very cool muscle. I don't know, it looks very cool to the eyes when you see them. Very aesthetically pleasing muscles over here, group of muscles over here. Okay, well, except for when you, I don't know, like the abs also look very cool. Okay, but this one is like way cooler in my opinion. At least it's very, I don't know, very cool and very aggressive kind of. Okay, so these are the serratus anterior muscles. Okay, these are situated essentially on your rib cage. So look at this. Okay, so this is the rib cage. These are essentially situated on the bones of the rib cage. Okay, they help in moving your shoulders like this, okay, on the front, and also they help in breathing, okay, like this. Okay, so if you are hurt over here and you breathe, if you are hurt over here and you have a cramp over here, okay, on your ribs, okay, on this side, all right, and you breathe and it hurts, then that means there is a damage to these serratus anterior muscles over here. All right, so these are very important muscles, and these are drawn like this, like these are like intertwined into each other like this, okay, with the external oblique muscle over here, okay, with the oblique muscles over here. So if I were to, I don't know, color them, so this blue thing is the oblique muscle, or also known as external oblique muscle. Okay, now these are intertwined with the serratus anterior muscles over there. All right, so yeah, so remember that. So look at how I have intertwined, or look at how I intertwined or weaved the muscles in the external obliques. Okay, it's literally weaved into the muscle. Both the muscle groups are like literally weaved like this. Okay, it's weaving. Okay, so yeah. All right, now moving on to the forearm muscles. So these are also not important. These are also not important. These help in this movement over here. Okay, so this movement over here, so these are these muscles which are getting activated. Okay, so these are the muscles. These are also not important. Okay, these are the ulnar muscles, the ulnar group of muscles, because they attach to your ulnar bone right over here. Okay, so yeah. These are the ulnar group of muscles. Okay, now the most important muscle over here is the brachioradialis, this one. Okay, this one over here. So this bulge that appears over here, okay, on your forearm, okay, this one, that is this muscle over here, brachioradialis. It is very important. All right, it begins from over here somewhere in the on the humerus bone. Okay, so the humerus bone is something like this. All right, okay, something like this. All right, it begins over there and then intersects itself into somewhere over here. I don't know, into the, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, into the radius bone. Okay, so this bone over here is the ulna, and this bone over here is the radius. Okay, so yeah, so there are two bones in our forearms. If you haven't learned anatomy in school, if you haven't learned it, then you gotta go back to school. Oh my god. All right, next up is the outside of the forearm. Okay, so same goes over here. So this is the ulna bone which I have, sorry, this is the humerus bone which I have drawn. All right, and this is, what is this? This is the brachioradialis muscle. Which inserts itself into the radius. So that is why it is called as brachioradialis. Brachio meaning the upper arm, and radial meaning the radius bone of the forearm. Okay, so yeah. All right, and this band over here that you're seeing, this band over here, okay, this is the ligament fossa or ligament of this bicep muscle. Okay, which wraps over the brachioradialis and the muscle under it. Okay, I think this is the no, this is not the brachialis, this is the brachial. I don't know, whatever, man. You can just Google it. You can just Google anatomy, forearm anatomy or something, and just you can get your answers. Okay, so these are the muscles. So over here, of course, the brachioradialis is important, but also this muscle underneath, these two muscles which I'm painting, are also very important. Okay, so when you're drawing a very, I don't know, detailed forearm, muscular forearm, you gotta show these black rifts between these three muscles. Okay, so that people know, so that the viewer knows that there is detail onto the forearm. Okay, I might have drawn the muscles, I don't know, kind of like very wrong in a way, but you get my point. Alright, this thing also attaches itself into the ulna bone over here. Alright, And then there are two more muscles, 2, 3, 4, I think there are a lot of muscles underneath over here. Not a lot of muscles, but 2, 3, 4 muscles underneath over here, okay? So, but these are like not so apparent and not so important. But what these do is they curve the forearm like this. So it is not necessary to draw the curve of the forearm like this because it looks freaking weird, okay? Not many people draw the curve of the forearm like this, all right? But it helps if you want to draw, then do this curve. And this is the reason why it curves the forearm underneath, because of all of these muscles. Anyways, that's about it for the muscles. Okay, now this, oh my god, holy Jesus, this is the bane of my existence. Oh fuck. Holy fuck, this is the bane of my existence. Okay, this is probably the most complicated anatomical thing ever that we are gonna have. All right, so and I absolutely hate the pelvis bone. Okay, it's very complicated. I cannot draw it at all. All right, so yeah, so I don't even try to draw it. All right, so what happens, so exactly what happens around here, okay? What exactly happens around here? This is what happens around here. So all of these muscles that you're seeing over here, all right, all of these freaking muscles over here that you're seeing, look at this. Even the sartorius muscle, the rectus femoris muscle, I don't know, man, vastus lateralis and all that kind of shit. Okay, even the rectus abdominis muscle and its ligament. Okay, all of this shit, even the gluteus maximus. So this part over here, hold on. So this part over here, this is the gluteus maximus muscle, which wraps around, which comes from the back side and attaches itself into the pubic bone, fucking pubic bone. I don't know, I could be wrong, but that is the thing. Okay, so all of these muscles over here, they attach themselves into the pubic bone. So this red part over here, this is the pubic bone. All right, so yeah, or the hip bone. Sorry, not the pubic bone, the hip bone. All right, I'm just gonna paint this like blue so that you can see the red, right? So yeah, ignore the abdominal muscle. So the abdominal muscle, okay, so the fourth pack of the abdominal muscle, okay, it ends somewhere over here, and this is the ligament of the rectus abdominis muscle, which again attaches itself into the pubic bone. All right, so yeah, so every muscle over here is gonna attach itself into the pubic bone. All right, this is the most fucking weird, I don't know, most convoluted and most confusing anatomical I don't know part there is. All right, the hip bone and the thing between your legs. not your PP, but how the muscles attach themselves to the hip bone. Okay, so yeah, this is probably the most complicated stuff. Okay, and you gotta draw it if you're drawing something like not safe for work, or if you're drawing PP and all that kind of shit. Okay, you gotta learn this shit. So this is why I'm freaking, I don't know, explaining. And even when you're not doing that, if you're drawing someone wearing like really tight shorts or something, okay, these muscles are gonna have the definition. Okay, these muscles are gonna be, I don't know, they're gonna bulge out. All right, and they're gonna show all of the rifts and shit. So they need to be properly drawn. So that is why I'm like showing this. I don't know, maybe you can just draw the adductor bulge right over here. Maybe you can just get away with it, but still it's better if when the person is like ripped, it's better to, I don't know, draw all these individual ripped parts. Anyways, that's about it. So I just wanted to cover this part, okay, because this is probably the most important part. These are often neglected, okay. So the only important muscles over here are, hold on, this one, okay. This is very important when you're drawing backs, okay. You can just show this like a, I don't know, like a trapezius over here, okay. You can just show the bulge, but this rift between like two bulges is much better than just one single bulge, okay. So yeah, so you can show that, okay. These are not necessary at all, okay. Even the sternocleidomastoid is not necessary unless you're drawing someone like this who is like having like really prominent sternocleidomastoid muscle, okay. So yeah, it's not necessary at all. This is also not necessary at all. Like not many people do like draw like very defined necks and shit, okay. Then this is also not necessary except for this brachioradialis muscle. This is necessary, okay. This is very necessary if you're drawing anyone with anyone who is ripped or very muscular, okay, or if anyone is doing something like this. So even when anyone is doing something like this, these muscles are gonna be apparent on the rib cage over here, okay. So if a skinny person is doing something like this, these muscles are gonna show up. So you gotta remember that. So these are important. These are almost like superficial, but the bulge is important, so that is why I've shown here. These are not important per se, but the bulge is important. So this bulge is very important when you're drawing very curvy and sexy backs, sexy waists, I mean. And same goes over here as this one. This one is important over here. Same goes, this one is important, and these two muscles are important if you want to show the definition, okay. Only these two muscles, and this one as well, yeah. The brachioradialis muscle and this, that's it. Everything else is useless. Over here, this muscle is what is important. Same goes over here, this muscle, to show the bulge of the leg, okay. These muscles are not important at all, not important at all. Sartorius is important, of course. This ribbon over here, this is very important muscle, and the rest of the muscles are very important. These muscles are not important at all, okay. But if you are doing something very, I don't know, NSFW, okay, very, if you're drawing PP or something, then you gotta show these muscles, okay, because this muscle is gonna make that, this muscle is gonna pop out like this one when you're like, I don't know, stretching your legs like this. All right, that's about it, okay. So yeah, and this muscle is also important. These muscles, of course, very important as well. Not so much this, and this one is also important. That's it. So that's about it. So I just wanted to cover this part up because this is as I said before, this is the last part of the anatomy, muscular anatomy session, okay. And I do not know if I'll be doing skeletal anatomy because it's freaking easy and I've already done it in a video. Alright, so whatever, man. Skeletal anatomy, you can look at the videos, how to draw god tier faces and how to draw figures, okay, god tier figures. Alright, you can look at both of the videos and then figure out, and then just learn from it, okay. That's about it. That is about it, okay. So in the next part in the next part we are gonna do we are finally gonna do faces. Okay, hold on, let me go and pee. I'll be right back. Okay, you all enjoy all of these muscles. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, bitches. I'm back again. Okay, so in the next part, we are gonna do, oh, okay, hold on. There is one more thing. Okay, one more thing. Okay, I forgot. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. So two more things, not one more thing, two more things which I forgot. Where is it? Oh yeah, this one, right? I forgot this one, right? So look at this. This is the long head and this is the lateral head or the short head of the trapezius. Okay, so the short head is to the outside and the long head is to the inside. Okay, so remember that. Okay, but anyways, even if you don't remember it, just use a reference while drawing. That's about it. Just so that it looks more believable, right? And one more thing. Hold on. Where is it? Oh yeah, this one. Holy shit, this one. Look at this. Okay, these are the hamstring muscles. Okay, these two. All right, but over here, this one is a brachialis muscle. gracialis muscle. I think it's called as gracialis muscle. All right, this one over here, and this one, these are all adductor muscles and all of those I don't know, pelvic muscles. I have just drawn them in just like one single body. Okay, I haven't drawn all of them together. All right, so you got to remember that. So the back of the thigh, these muscles are gonna appear at the back of the thigh from the front. Okay, they come around from the side and the front, so they are gonna appear at the back of the thigh. So the back of the thigh is not just these muscles, but also these muscles that come around from the front. All right, same goes over here. This is the gluteus maximus tendon over here. Okay, and the adductor muscle is on the inside over here. Okay, sorry, abductor muscle is on the inside, which abducts the leg to the outside like this, which helps in abducting the leg to the outside. So the gluteus maximus tendon is over here on the outside, and the adductor muscle is on the inside. So yeah, do remember that, and that's about it. That is the whole entire thing that I wanted to cover. Alright, now in the next episode, in the next live stream, we are gonna draw eyes. Yes, draw freaking eyes. Okay, we are gonna draw eyes in the next episode. All right, and after that, okay, so there are a lot of things that I want to do. Okay, we are gonna draw eyes. Okay, I might, okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so I might do a live stream on drawing more boobies and more, I don't know, booties, more boobie and booties. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do a stream on drawing, I don't know, PP and vagina. Okay, vagana. All right, so PP and puss, I'm not gonna do that, at least not on YouTube. Maybe I'll do it I don't know, sometime in the future if there is a need for that, but I honestly do not think there is a need for that. All right, drawing PP and pussy. All right, and that's about it. All right, other than that, no, other than that, nothing else. I might do a stream on drawing, how to draw, I don't know, the curves and shit. Okay, booty and boobies, not how to draw, but drawing them very, I don't know, very squishy and very fleshy or something, I don't know, very curvy, juicy kind of like stuff. All right, very lewd stuff. All right, I might do that in the future, but we will see. It's not necessary at all, and you can of course reference from other Twitter artists or pixel artists anyways. All right, you know the drill. Okay, and that's about it. So in the next stream we are gonna do the eyes and the faces. All right, we gotta draw the eyes and the faces, because that is very important, especially the eyes. My eyes literally suck. Okay, I gotta get a good hold on how to draw eyes. Okay, so yeah, so that is why we gonna draw the eyes in the next one, and of course the faces also with it. And I also have to draw figures, like really fast figures from imagination, though that is a thing. Okay, and then after that there is not after that, but there is also the Sakura and Naruto character design for my whole new Sakura Naruto fanfic. Okay, so there are a couple of character designs that need to be done for the first episode. Okay, especially only Sakura and Naruto, maybe some other characters, we will see, I don't know. Okay, but okay, so that is the thing. Then there needs to be like color keys for the first episode, okay, for the keyframes of the first episode, okay, for all the scenes and keyframes for the first episode. So a color key or a color development or a visual development color key stream might be necessary, like 2-3 streams, I don't know, two streams might suffice, okay, for all the color harmony, for all the color schemes and stuff for the scenes, okay. Then also there is the backgrounds, okay. Yes, before the color key and the color schemes and color visual development, we need to figure out what the backgrounds will be, okay, and how will they look, okay, at least as a sketch. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna do that also. So after all this shit, okay, we can move on towards animating. Finally we can move on towards animating. So this is gonna take another, I don't know, another 1 or 2 weeks, all of this shit, okay. Then we can start animating, okay. And I haven't even talked about the practice for animation, the fast sketching practice for animation. I haven't even covered that thing yet. So that is again gonna take about, I don't know, maybe a week or so, I don't know, we will see. So yep, it's gonna take a lot of time for the episode to come in, for the episode to be done. All right, maybe I don't know, 3 to 6 months at least 3 months in my opinion for the whole animation process. All right, 6 months at least, I don't know, man, because there is the music stuff also is there, and I gotta learn music, okay. At least I gotta learn some, gotta be able to make some decent type of music, I don't know, man. All right, so yeah, we will see, we will figure out the music. Maybe I'll start practicing when I have time, or maybe I'll do 1 or 2 streams of music practice or something, I don't know. All right, and what else? So I don't know, in the next stream I'm mostly gonna focus on the eyes, but also I want to draw figures as well. So what we will do is we will learn how to draw better eyes, okay, how to draw pretty and very simple eyes, okay. Then we will directly switch to drawing whole body figures, okay. We are not gonna draw the faces, so yeah, because well, figures contain the faces, so there is no use drawing only faces. Okay, so the figures will be, I don't know, will be a good practice for, I don't know, very fast sketching and very fast animation stuff. All right, so yeah, so in the next stream we're gonna focus on the eyes first, and then we are gonna draw the figures. All right, that's about it. Then after that we're gonna figure out the backgrounds for the Naruto fanfic, and then I think there will be color keys or character designs, I don't know, we will see, okay. And then we gotta start animating, we gotta practice animation, and we gotta start animating, or we gotta practice some really fast sketching first, and then we're gonna transition that into animation, okay? So yeah, that's about it. So this was a good, I don't know, man, a good series of anatomical studies. All right, I hope you all learned something out of it. All right, and please subscribe, and that's about it for this session. All right, so please subscribe to my YouTube, and also follow me on Twitch. Let's hit 1000 subscribers. I'm really close. I just need, I don't know, man, more than 30, maybe, I don't know, 31 maybe. So let's do this shit. All right, so I don't know if I'll be streaming today in the evening at around like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. The usual time. But if not, okay, if I do not stream today in the evening, then I will surely stream tomorrow in the morning at 12 p.m. and also most possibly 7 p.m. also. Okay, so at 12 p.m. we are mostly gonna study the eyes, all right, and and later in the evening we're gonna do the figures. All right, so that's about it. All right, so yeah, and go and practice now. Go and practice. Without practice, it's not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. You are not gonna get good. Go and freaking practice. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Okay, the boring part is done. Now we can go on, move ahead to the most exciting parts. The character design, the eyes, okay, the figures, and that is all the exciting stuff. All right, you can draw the funny meme figures. I don't know, man. All right, so yeah, I wanted to cover the anatomical section, you know, because I haven't covered the anatomical section in the videos. All right, so I really I don't know, wanted to cover the anatomical section for like everyone to see. Okay, so this is like, I don't know, this is like kind of like an artist diary or artist encyclopedia, my channel, you know. It has literally everything about art. Almost everything about drawing. Okay, not art but drawing. Okay, almost everything about drawing. That's about it. Like there are some things that aren't there, like I don't know, there are a lot of things that aren't there, but everything from the basic to the intermediate to even the advanced section, most of the things are present on my channel, and everyone can come and learn from this shit. All right, so yeah, so that's about it, man. That's about it. We are gonna have so much fun drawing the characters, designing the characters, all right, on stream, by the way. Okay, and then then drawing funny memes like this. Okay, hold on, let me show you the memes. These memes, look at this. Look at this, these memes, these funny stories. Okay, so we're gonna have so much fun illustrating these funny stories of Sakura and Naruto, and maybe some other characters as well. Okay, I intend to do I don't know, Saba and all that kind of VTuber stuff. Okay, one illustration for that. Okay, we will see. I don't know, I haven't decided that yet, because I'm not much into VTubers. Okay, like they are like super cool and awesome, but I don't know, man, I'm not much into VTubing stuff. I'm more of the old school gamer type of guy, you know, I'm from the PewDiePie era. I'm not so much of a VTuber stuff. Right, yep, that's about it. Alright, that's about it. I'm gonna end the stream now. Right, so yeah, there is literally no one who is watching. There was this all okay guy who said hello and then just, I don't know, went out, and nobody else is like talking. Anyways, that's about it. So I will see you probably in the evening, or if not in the evening, maybe tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow for sure, not maybe tomorrow, tomorrow for sure, at 12 p.m. in the afternoon, or directly in the evening at 7 p.m. we will see. Alright, that's about it. So thank you for watching, thank you for joining in, whoever joined in. Alright, and subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twitch, and also join my Discord. Okay, So anyways, this Russian guy would be signing off now. All right, and see you all later. Thank you for joining in.